people need to understand there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy.
Yeah.
The Johnson & Johnson family, generational wealth. The Kraft family who owns the Patriot, generational wealth. That's pennies to what LeBron has. You understand? Like, so you can't, what I'm saying is, I don't know if you're saying this. Yeah, LeBron is a millionaire. He has lots of money, right? But the people who are paying him, if they're able to afford that, how much are they making? And if LeBron, if these people are able, like, so for example, let's take some of the athletes that have made the most money. Tiger Woods.
Look at that comment.
Was that as Crick Rock says, Shaq is Rick, the man who signed. Exactly. That's where I'm getting at. I love Chris Rock. He always is able to just put it in a couple of words, but that is exactly the point I'm making. Rich, Shaq is rich. LeBron is rich. The man who pays his check is wealthy. That's different. Now, that's not to say that, people who are making all this money, they are the black bourgeoisie, and we do have a critique of them. They do love Barack Obama, and we hate his guts. So there is, that's another conversation. But the point that I'm making, I think, as Nick is making, is that this is worlds apart, like worlds apart. Like Bloomberg money and LeBron money are not close. Like that's worlds apart.
Yeah,
so
people need to be serious. Like, damn it, I forgot it again. I'm pretty sure I can Google it, but I've shared this analogy before. Like, fuck. I'm trying to think. Like, it's like if 1 second passed. Fuck, I gotta Google it. But anyway,
no, that happens when I'm talking because the same thing. I'll be having that point. You talking, I'm like, damn, I forgot it.
Right in my head, but I forgot it. Like, do you guys know? I asked in the chat for help again. Like, do you guys know that analogy for like if you took like, let me see if I can find it. But it's like 13 days. Fuck. Oh, I got another one. Since I forgot that one, I do have another analogy for y'all I heard about. To illustrate the gap in wealth between someone like LeBron James, who is the best paid NBA player as far as I know in history, right? So I fucked the last stat up, but I do know this one. So take LeBron, where he makes the most money per year that he ever made. Do you guys know in order for him to pass Jeff Bezos in wealth, he has to play basketball in his prime at the top of his contract for over 500 years. The most one of the most.
Did you tweet that out? I think I saw you tweet that out.
I maybe retweeted it, but
I saw that.
Here it is. At least people know what I was talking about. But then I gotta memorize this. God damn it, Nick. 1 million seconds is 13 days. 1 billion seconds is 37 years.
That is the difference. Worlds apart. 1 million seconds, 13 days. 1 billion seconds, 37 years. And this is an explanation of why we don't necessarily, I'm not going to say for sure, place rich athletes or rich regular people into the same category as the Jeff Bezos, as the Bill Gates. Go ahead, Nick.
I would criticize, and LeBron doesn't criticize. Jordan get criticized.
Oh, I have a bunch of criticism for Michael Jordan
for their practices selling shoes and merchandise. Using slave labor, and Michael Jordan inflating his shoes to ridiculous prices, knowing that they are marketed to the black community who is low income. That's why I dislike them. There's a lot of reasons why I dislike the black bourgeoisie, black athlete and capitalist class. Their pay is not that though. That's the point.
Right. So the pay isn't the reason. Yeah, it's other things. Yeah.
There's the other things. Like Michael Jordan deserved to be rich as fuck for what he did in the NBA. But his business practices is really fucked up. Really fucked up.
That's what happens. You're learning from your oppressor to oppress like other people. And this is people like Michael Jordan, people like Oprah, I have a real disdain for, in particular, Oprah Winfrey. It's because the state of Black America and the power that you have. But you're not willing to put yourself out there because you want to save you instead of saving the whole community. Like I have no fucking you don't understand. If all rich, wealthy, black bourgeoisie just came together, do you understand black people wouldn't be in this state? If when Oprah was on TV signing $1 billion contracts, if she said, I ain't signing shit until you do this for black people, do you know that would have gotten done? Do you know if the NBA didn't play last year and Obama didn't come in, and let's say the NBA went on strike, do you know the owners? You know NBC, ESPN, Disney will start calling them up about day 13. Hey, we ain't getting no money. This strike needs to end. So whatever you need to do, owner, you do. And they would have called Congress. Get fucking shit done. And it would have got done. This is why I don't have no fucking sympathy for people like Michael Jordan, for Oprah Winfrey. Fuck them. Because they alone can help the black community. They alone.
CJ, I'm asking you this question. Look at this comment here. Imagine this wealth in our community. Oprah has close to $4 billion. Jay-Z has 900 million.
Almost $1 billion, yeah.
Jordan near $10 billion?
Jordan has been a billionaire for a while.
Yeah. So once again, just imagine this stuff in our community. I said before, imagine that we have all these black oligarchs. Once again, $10 billion.
Right.
You know, you can end homelessness in this entire country for 20. So Jordan can take a fraction of his wealth, invest it in homeless communities. You guys know black Americans are 40% of the homeless population, despite us being 13% of the overall population. So the homelessness problem is a black problem.
Right.
So we have a black bourgeoisie who could end black homelessness at a snap of a finger, but they choose not to.
Because they choose to be class solidarity.
Yeah.
This is where we're talking about a black bourgeoisie. Maybe W.B. Du Bois talks about this. Black bourgeoisie will always, or seem to always, pick their class, their new class, over their race, over their ethnicity. And I haven't seen one that's like a Susan Sarandon, for example, like that's out there like that. Maybe Danny Glover. Maybe Danny Glover is kind of similar to that. Maybe, Danny Glover is kind of similar to that. But I'm just saying, Tiger Woods, billionaire, like billions. Tiger Woods, Mayweather, Jordan, those are like the richest, and then LeBron. Those are like the richest in all of sports, Nick. All sports. There's like 4 or 5 people that is approaching or have made $1 billion from sports. Jordan, Tiger, LeBron is approaching that, and Jordan, Tiger, there's some. Oh, Mayweather is the other one, approaching $1 billion. And you mean to tell me y'all can't donate $100 million each? Y'all can't put together a $500 million pot of money, mutual aid pot that black Americans or people that need people of color can pull from? Like you can't do anything. You can't invest. Like white people are buying, or these corporations are buying up Harlem to gentrify. Why aren't your fucking ass buying up Harlem? Why?
That's a great point. I'm gonna end up. I got one more quick funny story. I know we're going long, but this segment shouldn't take long. I do want to read this comment because this is a continuation of what we said, and I also have something I want to share with you guys just to blow your mind even more, just to let you guys know how capitalism is broken. So Marco added on to what we were saying earlier. So 1 million seconds is 12 days. 1 billion seconds is 31 years. 1 trillion seconds is 31,000 years. 31,688 years. Isn't that as long as humans in society?
Well, that's Bezos approaching Bezos is approaching that.
Yeah, CJ, I'm going to get your thoughts too, because I want to share this in response to that comment. So now you know how much a trillion is. Billionaires have made $3.9 trillion during the pandemic. And this article was written last year because I couldn't find anything new or quick. I'll pull this up quickly. So as of literally last year, this number is way higher than now. So as of January 2021, billionaires have made $3.9 trillion during the pandemic. Now let's go back to this comment. $3.9 trillion.
Oh, wow. You know how many years that would equal? That's basically 4 times that. So you're talking about something like 120,000 years more. Yes.
That's the last part I want to share, just to blow you guys' mind, to know why we got to start this class war right now. So this is my last funny. This is a quick segment. I know we went really long today, But I want to get you guys' response to this. I definitely want to see CJ. I want to see CJ reaction to this because I know CJ is literally on Twitter. So this is a Twitter story. Because you guys know who Sally Albright is?
Mm-hmm.
Sally Albright, it's a Hillary Clinton stan who ran a troll farm. She ran a troll farm, and she was known as one of the most unhinged, anti-Bernie Sanders, anti-socialist people in public discourse. Like I'm including Republicans in this. Like the amount that she hates Bernie Sanders, the amount that she hates socialists, is easily rivals the most unhinged anti-communist, anti-socialist right winger. Right? That what she was. She was banned on Twitter for harassing Bernie supporters, doxing Bernie supporters. Like she is probably one of the most evil people you would meet. Do you guys want to know what she tweet? And I'm showing you guys this tweet because I want to show you guys that the red-blue game is a cult. We are living under mass psychosis, not just because of COVID reaction. We live under mass psychosis because we got a giant percentage of the population, half of the population, worship either fucking the blue MAGA, the Democrat Party, or Trump is their daddy. Trump can't do anything wrong. Everything Trump say is amazing. Trump is great. Mm-hmm. You guys see how our society has been psychosis to the point where we are cults. So the reason why I'm sharing is I can't wait to see CJ reaction to this. So this is what Sally Albright tweeted out. And I want to show you guys the mindset of the shit lib. So this is one of her new accounts. The reason I know this is because someone told me. Like I got a lot of sources. Someone told me this is one of her new accounts. So repeat after me. I'm not smarter than Joe Biden. I'm not smarter than Kamala Harris. I'm not smarter than Nancy Pelosi. I'm not smarter than James Carville. But if I stand back and I watch and I learn, I will be smarter than I am.
This is a parody account, man. This is a parody account. I'm not smarter than Joe Biden.
No, look, this is my response. I said, please tell me that. This is my retweet. In response, I said, please tell me it's a parody account. And then this is my friend. I trust her. Like I know Bernie DeVette for a long time. And she claps with Sally Albright a lot. So she's like, yo, this is Sally Albright. So if you guys can correct me on that, but yeah, this is, and I have people share receipts. Like,
wait, how many people follows that account? Like, does she have a lot of followers? That can
I don't know. Like they all blocked me. Sally.
Oh, they got you blocked.
Yeah, I only get screenshots of it. Like I will pull up the tweet, but I literally only can.
But you're blocked.
So once again, this is a fun segment. Do you guys see the mindset of liberal?
Pull that tweet back up there, Nick. That is some ridiculousness right here. I am not smarter than.
I love reading it. I love reading it out loud.
Yeah, but that last one, Nick. James Carville is a freaking nut.
Oh, dude,
he's terrible. Like a unapologetic hack. And I'm not smarter than James Carville.
But if I stand back and watch and learn, I will be smarter than I am. So this is hilarious. And this is an important case study. I know this is a silly story. I know this is silly. But you guys see that there's a takeaway to this, right? Do you guys see it? This is the cult that is developing around both parties. Because you guys don't think Donald Trump supporters feel the same way about Trump? They literally think that Trump is some super genius that's better than them. Nobody in the ruling class is better than you. This is classism of the highest order. So when Sally Albright, the wealthy, well-connected shit lib, says this, she's not just saying I. When she says this, she says you are not smarter than Joe Biden. You are not smarter than Kamala Harris. You are not smarter than Nancy Pelosi. Why aren't you? Now probe into this. Why don't you think you are smarter than them? You can be a working class person who's a teacher, electrician, who's amazing at your field. But the liberal class and Sally Albright believes that if you're wealthy, if you're rich, if you're the ruling class, you are inherently better, smarter, and more qualified than the poor. Now you see why they hated forced to vote. Now you see why they hated Medicare for All March, because we are the filthy peasants. We're supposed to fall in line behind the smart Democrats. So you guys see, I always like to cover goofy shit and funny shit, but there's a point to this. The Democrat Party is a cult. This is what they really believe. But CJ, what's your thoughts on this?
My thoughts on this is it literally sounds like a cult. Like, look at that sentence. It's like, just imagine being at a cult meeting. Hey, Democrats United, everybody meeting to order. Repeat after me. I am not smarter than Joe Biden. And everybody repeats it. I am not smarter than Joe Biden. Just imagine that. Like, that's literally like cult word. Like,
during their cult meeting, they see that guy who not really saying it. Like, he made murder this. Hey, say it. Say it. Hey, we think we got a non-believer.
Yeah, I know.
And bro, and remember, we covered this on our roundtable with Trevor Noah, when he stepped online with the vaccine talking points,
with his comments,
and look how quick they turn against him. Look how quick they turn against Bill Maher. That's what I'm talking about. They stepped out online. They forgot Anthony Fauci. He is science, and don't question Anthony Fauci. Don't question our leaders. You see how their approach is quite literally the exact opposite of ours. Right. Our approach is bottom up, worker-based movements. Sally Albright says you gotta trust Joe Biden. You gotta trust Kamala Harris. The people who hated Force to Vote, once again, we're on the 1 year anniversary of Force to Vote. The people who hated Force to Vote hated the fact that activists took charge. They wanted us to shut up and trust Bernie Sanders and their plan. They wanted us to trust the plan of Justice Democrats. Do you see the difference of our strategy and why to say anyone who supports that shit is not left infighting if we call it out? Because any mindset that is top down, I do no longer view it as a leftist idea. That's what my development brought me. So that's my last funny segment. I know we went long. This was a fun Any last words, CJ?
Yeah, I mean, because the title, not the title, but we weren't supposed to talk about Force the Vote. So I just want to give a couple of lines before we sign off here. Yeah. Force the Vote. A year ago, we didn't force the vote on Nancy Pelosi, or the squad or progressive did not force a vote on Nancy Pelosi. She was elected, and now she's back in office doing all of her insider trading. So what I have to say about force the vote, I hope that AOC and the squad is reflecting back and saying, if we had to do it again, we would have forced a vote on Nancy Pelosi. I mean, I'm hoping, especially after seeing the bill that they wanted to go through, Joe Manchin just tanked. Especially after seeing Joe Biden lie to them and say, hey, yes, believe in me. Go ahead, vote for this, and we're going to bring this other bill up. Like, after all of that happening, I still don't think the squad, we even now reflect back and say, we should have forced the vote. At least we would have got this. At least we would have got that. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think they will. What's your take on that?
Yeah. So I was just on Jackson's stream. I talk about the implications of the post-Force to Vote era. And I remember when Force to Vote happened, and there are a lot of people who want you to shut up about it. Like, I see people like, oh my God, you guys still talk about Force to Vote. People are like, why you guys always talk about Force to Vote? I see the people who are guilty of being wrong. Like, they're the ones who want people to stop talking about it. Like, the people who was the ones who advocated for voting for Nancy Pelosi, they're the ones who don't want us to talk about this no more. The reason why I talk about it, and the reason why I think it's significant, this was a giant moment in the left movement, no matter how you feel about it. Because I mentioned earlier on, when I was on Jackson's stream, we look at the Bernie movement. When you look at the giant crowds, when you see the fact that Bernie had 40% around the Democratic electorate in the primary vote, we made a mistake of thinking that our movement was bigger than it really was. Our movement was mixed with shit libs. And honestly, it even caught me off a little bit, the amount of people who wasn't really anti-establishment leftists that was in the movement. Like the Chuck Rokas, the Pramila Jayapals. These are the people that say you should take it easy on Joe Biden. These are the people who say that Bernie should drop out. These people didn't give a fuck. These people did not give a fuck. So Force to Vote was the first schism, the first major schism that showed that there are people after Bernie Sanders dropped out that they like, all right, I'm going to shift and go further to the left. And I'm going to continue to fight the state. And then there are the people who like, the only reason I even supported Bernie is because that was the best option I have. I don't want to shake things up too much. You know, I don't want to vote for Joe Biden. I don't want to have Trump. There was a big split that has been revealed because of Force to Vote. And when I said that it was a significant moment, even at the time, I didn't realize how much of a precursor First to Vote will become. When I say that, the reason why I've been preaching about CIA leftist infiltration talking points, tactics, I should say, like I did on Jackson Hinkle's stream today, is because my viral tweet I tweeted in January when I went over the CIA talking points. Why do you guys think I tweeted out in January? Let's see if I can find it real quick. I tweeted out in January because this is when the whole First to Vote shit was going on. Mm-hmm. And I saw everyone fall for this shit. And I'm like, bro, I'm literally seeing the CIA talking points in real time again. And guys, do you have any idea how many people reached out to me and told me, holy shit, everything that happened over the last year with the boutique left, everything makes sense now when they saw that list. So my point is, we got to acknowledge the same way we go after liberals who go against our community because they support Joe Biden and the neoliberals, the same way we go after conservatives because they go against healthcare. If you are a progressive and you chose the career over Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez over fighting for healthcare for our people and create a national dialogue, there's a point in time, and a lot of people have a hard time saying this, but I don't. You're not an ally. You are not an ally. And once again, I was involved in the discourse of this, and I heard the debate between Sam Cedar and Breonna Joy Gray. And Breonna Joy Gray destroyed my man. Destroyed the man, Sam Cedar. Not my man. Fuck that guy. Sam Cedar. Because Sam Cedar, he made an argument during First to Vote that it's too risky to create a national debate about healthcare in the middle of a pandemic. That's too risky because it may hurt AOC's career. It may make it so the Democrats attack them. Their argument for not forcing the vote, well, it will hurt the careers of politicians. If you think these people are on your side and they care about politicians more than your community, I don't know what to tell you. And
Nick,
go ahead, CJ.
No, what I was saying, I think what this is revealing, this is all really new left, old left. This is really what this, to me, this divide is. But what to me this is revealing, Nick, about a lot of our white leftist policy comrades. Now I say policy comrades meaning they espouse the same thing. What I think we're finding out, they don't quite believe in the things that they say they believe in. They want to feel like they're the most progressive, so they'll say it. But when you say, hey, let's go ahead and implement it, it's, oh, hold on. Not there yet, because their lives don't need it. Their lives are okay. Right? And Sam Cedar, I think he's, to me, like pre-Michael Brooks dying, Sam Cedar has been the worst leftist in the media sphere ever. Like, he's been terrible, always terrible. The only reason I was even able to stomach the Majority Report when it was on is because Michael Brooks and another guest was on. If Sam Cedar talked, lower the volume because he's a fucking idiot. It's because, so people like Sam Cedar, people like Emma, people like TYT, who want to espouse, I'm progressive, I'm the leftist, I believe in humanity. Well, let's go over here and do these things to get that. Well, that's going to fuck up my already good life if I do that. So no, thank you. You get what I'm saying? So now I have to just talk bad about what you're doing because I don't want to do it. But in order for me not to look like a total piece of shit, like I don't really believe in this, I have to talk down about what you're doing. And that's the reason why I'm not doing it, because what you're doing is terrible. Your forced to vote is awful. That's why I'm not doing it, not because I'm terrible and I don't really believe in what I'm saying. It's because what you're doing is terrible. And I think that is, and it happened with the General Strike Summit. It's attack them because they're clearly doing more than what I'm doing and what I claim to be to my audience. So I need to disparage them. And that's what I think.
Well said. And once again, I told you guys, First to Vote with the precursor, every tactic they use on First to Vote to delegitimize it, they used on the March for Medicare for All, and they used it against the General Strike Summit. When they did it with the General Strike Summit, I remember I had a conversation with Savvy about this. It was almost surreal because I'm like, bro, I literally just watched you guys do this on Forced to Vote. I literally watched you guys do this on the March for Medicare for All, and you guys doing it again on the Joe Strike Summit. Doing it. When the Force to Vote thing happened, they were like Red Brown Lions. When Force to Vote happened, they were like Red Brown Lions. We did Joe Strike Summit. They said Red Brown Lions. How dare you have union leaders? But anyway, my point is these people are not serious. I saw some people. The comments are roasting them now. But yeah, I never understood him, to be honest. But he is probably definitely the worst. I think maybe he's worse than Jank. I think Jank is more cringe. But Sam Cedar literally has an MSNBC contract. He really is on Peacock. Like, you guys know who's that guy? Hayes. Hayes, that dude from MSNBC.
Oh yeah, Chris Hayes. Yeah, Chris Hayes.
When Chris Hayes took a vacation, Sam Cedar filled in for him. Bro, if an MSNBC anchor had took a vacation, what are the chances that they will ask anyone, not even on this network, but the fear of this network, anyone who's been anywhere near this network, will we ever be asked to MSNBC?
Right. No.
The question that Cedar fans got to ask themselves, why does he get that call that no one else who's actually anti-capitalist and anti-imperialist will never get that call?
Right. What is he saying? What is he saying or not saying that MSNBC is okay with that they would invite him on?
That they would retweet him. Once again, these are like, if you look at the orbital of people he's around, shit lives retweet him. The blue checks that hate me because I'm too radical, they love him. MSNBC gets him contracts. So what? Obviously, you're not scary. There's obviously something you're doing that's right. You're obviously doing something right. Like, why do you think we got our Patreon in the description? We need a community in order to support our content. Because the chances of any motherfuckers want to support us is slim to nil. We're way too radical.
Mm-hmm.
Way too radical, right? So Sam Cedar get those offers. And that's a reflect on his politics, right?
Yeah. I don't know who's watching the Majority Report at this point. Like, I literally don't understand. Like, I don't see clips of it. I don't hear anybody like reference it. Like, I literally don't know who's even watching it anymore.
Can you imagine a conversation with Joy-Ann Reid? Hell, let's say Joy-Ann Reid with a Finney. I'm not even gonna put myself in there. I'm not even gonna throw myself in the hat. Imagine a Finney and Joy-Ann Reid. Imagine Sabby Sabs. I want to see two black women.
No. I mean, you already know my feeling on Joy-Ann Reid. She's her, but she's one of the people. Like, remember the person I was telling you about? He's black. He's not a coincidence that he's black. People like, Dr. Jason Johnson, Joy-Ann Reid, even Don Lemon. They're just literally just a blackface, just regurgitating white male power structure talking points. And people of color who are willing to take a check to sell out their community, like, I don't have respect for that. I just don't. And in fact, those types of people get under my skin more than racists. Like, black people doing bad to black people gets under my skin more than the KKK. Because you know what it's like to be black. This is the reason why I like Michael Jordan and Oprah Winfrey in particular. She grew up in poverty. Like, poverty. When black people say the word twice, it just means very. Okay, so when I say poverty just means very poor. Just translating for you. So people like Oprah, even Michael Jordan grew up poor. They grow up poor, and then they begin to emulate the same oppressor, the same white oppressor when they were poor. And that's my problem. I can't imagine, Nick. I can't imagine having a couple of $1 billion and I don't spend $1.750 billion on people. I can't even see that. I can't see that. I'm taking my money. I'm going down. I'm taking everybody off Skid Row and putting them and housing them. You get it? Why don't we have? I know I'm going on a tangent, but why don't we have billionaires and millionaires who are willing to do this? Like, you're literally not. Jeff Bezos has 100 and some odd. He can spend $3 billion. He is not even gonna even see that. You get what I'm saying? Like, why aren't you not helping people with the resources you have? That is so bizarre to me. And I know I went on a tangent. I went off topic, but that can be the final comment before we go if you want, or unless you want to.
Yeah, so this is my last thought, then we wrap up. So
Yeah.
what you said was so on point, and I can 100% relate. I think a lot of young black people can relate when you say the black person that sell your community, that's worse than the open racist. And they've been the number one threat to our community because they choose to side with white supremacy over our community. They sell us out. Mm-hmm. So when I talk to black people, and I talk to many, especially a lot of my kin about Barack Obama, luckily for me, I did not have shit-lived family members. like a lot of people who liked Obama, they thought he was good because they just fell for the propaganda. But as soon as I told them, they're like, "Oh man, fuck that nigga then." You know what I mean? That's how my people are. I'm lucky.
Right.
So I told you one of the things I tell these people. I remember I talked to my dad about this a long time ago. I'm like, and then people always say, how can you hate Obama? He was our first black president. How can you tear down our first black president? And I'm like, guys, I hate him because he was our first black president. Because he was the black guy who sold us out. How is that not more damnable than when you had a white Bill Clinton and Joe Biden? Right. They were playing politics for their community.
Right.
And as you said, these people, like Oprah, for example, these people grow up broke. So I got to stay for them because they openly choose to sell us out. But go ahead, CJ.
No, I was going to say Obama, the most powerful man on the planet, did nothing for black people, you fucking piece of shit. How are you black? You are the most powerful person on the planet. You do nothing.
In fact, all they care about was they cared about the white suburban votes because they didn't want to lose those. Their strategy was very malicious, and this is one of the things I was like, all right, I'm done with Democrats forever. The Democrats saw that black people were loyal to Obama and they're loyal to Democrats. They vote for them at around an 80% rate when they do go to vote, at least among the black voters, I should say. So when they see that you as a community will vote for them at an 85 or 90% rate, why would they do anything to appease you? Right. So since they are battling for the white bourgeoisie suburban vote, what was Obama's strategy? They picked Joe Biden as vice president, one of the most conservative Democrats, because the political message to the white suburbanites was, hey, I'm the first black president. But I still got you, bro. Why didn't he put a black radical as vice president? Why wasn't there no discussion about reparations? His response, and I covered this a long time ago. I'll never forget. Maybe I got to do a new segment on this, right? He was asked about the plight of young black people, and his response was, black people need to stop listening to rap music. They need to pull up their pants. Not that we have a police state that's stealing wealth from us. CJ, we probably
that sounds like a response from a white person that doesn't know a black person at all. To me.
All right, here we go. I'm announcing right now. Next week we're gonna do a segment. I'm gonna bring that old segment back. I'm gonna do the segment again, and I gotta find the clip. And we running late now, so next week I'm gonna do a segment where I show the video clip where Barack Obama literally repeats the talking points of Rush Limbaugh and Bill Cosby. Because I saw someone say, wasn't that Bill Cosby? Yeah, it was. But Barack Obama literally gave a speech where he did the same thing, where he said the reason why black people are struggling is not because of civil asset forfeiture and not because of Wall Street illegally crashing our wealth by putting us in fraudulent contracts with our homes and our mortgages. It's not that. It's because we don't pull our pants up. It's because of rap music, because of violent. Like, he said that, and this is one of the things he said during the campaign. I didn't even know. Like, when I liked Obama, I didn't know a lot of stuff I knew. If I knew some of the shit I know now, even back then, like, what? Nigga, what? Anyway, I'm going on another tangent.
Yeah, let's wrap up. Let's wrap up. Yeah, we went on a long time. Yeah, last words would be